you made it. Another day done in the books, never to be revisited. It's gone. Don't bother worrying about the things that happened. Don't bother worrying about the things that you wish you could change. You can't. It's the serenity prayer up and down. I'm not about to recite that. What I will do, however, is help you come to a place of acceptance with what you have done. And are you going to pick yourself up and dust yourself off tomorrow? Maybe. Maybe. You're under no obligation to do that. You could take a few days off. You take the rest of your life off if you like. I realize most of us have responsibilities that preclude the ability to behave in such a cavalier manner. And there's the rub, isn't it? So, assuming that you, like me, and like most other human beings trapped in this coil, are under some sort of responsibility, have obligations which prevent you from buggering off and living on a farm somewhere. And you have to deal with the stressors of day-to-day life, and you have to be as prepared as you can for these days in the field, a metaphorical field, as it were. And one of the best ways, well, let me phrase this. Let me phrase this in a negative way. One of the worst ways to confront these stressors is to be poorly rested, to be not rested at all, to be at the mercy of a body that is already be hard-pressed to say durable. Let's give it every advantage that we can, and one of the most basic ways that we can do that is to make sure that you get a good night's sleep. And I'm talking about getting a good night's sleep tonight, okay? So I'd like you to be in a bed or on a couch or a comfy chair, a floor with a sleeping bag, perhaps, a cot, a hammock. A mat, a bed of nails. It's your choice. I'm not going to get bogged down in the minutia of how you choose to spend a third of your life. I'm just going to help you get there. And tonight I'm going to help you get there using zeroing in on a few objects. The first of which I'm quite excited to present, as it is representative of a lot that lays siege to us in life in a lot of different ways. It is a glass ornament, as you can see, of an octopus. So, a glass ornament of an octopus, you say, Mr. Sailor. How is that in any way representative of my lot in life? Well, it is hand-blown, so it is fragile. It's objectively ugly, regardless of whether or not you've come to find octopi to be adorable or not. From an objective standpoint, this thing is not aesthetically pleasing. Tentacles generally, especially when they're connected to something which, when inverted, resembles nothing so much as a testicle. I don't think we can objectively say this is a beautiful object, okay? Stay with me. I know, right? You love octopi, octopuses. I don't care. I'm just saying it ain't pretty. And it's fragile. And at least in the stories of H.P. Lovecraft and his ilk, and even in the real-life accounts of what we've seen of what octopi can do, they're clever things. They probably have nightmares. Not so different from us. They have, in a remarkable example of parallel evolution, evolved eyes that work quite differently from ours and did not come from a common precursor. They developed eyes all on their own. From a design perspective, their eyes are better than ours, as their sensors are on the outside, not on the inside, which makes sense, but it's a sense that makes sense. Somebody forgot to tell the monkeys that primates has, well, actually, it's way before the primates, so ignore me. I'm no anthropologist, me. What I am is a guy who can tap on glass. And so I will take this objectively not beautiful thing. It is a Christmas ornament, and it does, I have to admit, reflect light in a beautiful way. But apart from that, it doesn't have much going for it. And while I'm doing this, your goal is to forget about everything. Just forget. Just forget. Meeting got out of hand today. Forget it. Got in a scuffle in the schoolyard. Forget it. Picked last for a softball team. Let it go. You're never going to recover from it if you can't sleep. So let's do that instead. Why in the world would tapping on something, regardless of what it is, be enough to distract your mind from slings and arrows? How many times have I used that phrase? I'm an embarrassment. to myself. Why does this work? Maybe it doesn't. For some people, it works better than others. But there's no denying that in many cases it does work. So we'd be quite foolish to ignore that fact. It is like a motorcycle revving to move and idling. I ask for a motorcycle, and behold, one manifests in the world around me. I'm not suggesting I am a god. That would be preposterous. I'm just suggesting I have godlike powers. Darkness is imprisoning me, and all that I see is absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Trapped in myself. Body, my holding cell. The landmine has taken my sight. Okay. You get the picture. Name that one. Smartasses. Behold the not humble, the quite venerated. Possibly we attribute too much to this cephalopod. The octopus. And now we move on to some meta commentary. Yes, there is a camera right now filming me. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's right about there. I can see the red tally light. I can see the sound recorder recording the sound separately. You can see the separate microphones over here emulating your ears. So, why don't we see how you like being recorded? Now, camera technology has come quite a long way in the past 3,000 years. And even since this device was manufactured, the improvements are too many to count. Smile. to manually wind the camera before me. And I get more than a few seconds out of it. But the camera before me now, at least the lens that is on it now, just cannot change its focal length, whereas this one can. So it's not all bad news, is it? Some good news mixed in with the bad. So you're looking quite sleepy. I wouldn't normally take to recording someone on camera as they're falling asleep. Seems like there are ethical problems with that idea. This is make-believe. I hope you understand that. I hope you understand the difference. And I hope that you're getting more and more tired. Your eyes blinking more slowly, languidly. Perhaps hesitating a bit when they're closed before opening again. Who knows? I can't actually see what's going on the other side of this lens. So. Now, see the low angle, that represents you being in a place of power, whereas the high angle would be representative of you being looked down upon. The Keystone Electric Eye, it served me well for many years. Hopefully it did something for you, too. And finally, perhaps the least metaphorical, the most blatant, a resin copy of a human skull with operating jaw and a removable skull cap. I shan't be removing the skull cap this evening. There's a pretty detailed specimen here. Quite a large skull. If this were my skull, it'd be a bigger person than I am. Literally. Figuratively, I'm doing just fine, thanks. You got something in your nose there. Yeah, something in your eye. Yeah, you got some I was gonna curse, but let's just say schmutz on your teeth. I'm not going to do the York speech, so you can relax. Hopefully you've been relaxing this whole time. I mean, if you're only just starting to relax now, we're in for a bit of trouble. My suggestion in that case would be, make a playlist. let it go from video to video. And you don't have to worry about if we're reaching the end of the video or if we're still near the beginning of the video, if we're at the nice, in the groove, halfway point of the video. If you're laying in bed and thinking to yourself, I don't have YouTube Premium. There's going to be an ad when this video ends, so, or there might be. And that ad is probably going to be loud. And then you start to obsess about it. You're just waiting for it to happen. Maybe you check the progress bar compulsively over and over again. That's not doing you any good. I'll make you this promise. I will not end this video without giving you ample warning.